Jedi Vicarda, the Valkyrie Varash, or RollerCoaster Tycoon World, Mr. Chris Coreline. Seach ní the building of the new roller coaster, the new old roller coaster. We're going to recreate Black Lives Matter, but we're going to be a little bit more conservative. I'm also going to have a go at doing this on time lapse. So, wish me luck, and I will see you when the time warp is complete. Okay, well, now we are in time-lapse mode, so I hope you enjoy this 400% accelerated coaster experience. But to fill the silence, I have got a special guest to talk about RollerCoaster Tycoon and the controversy surrounding it. So please welcome Mr. A Town Called Bastard. How's it going?
Yes, it's all right, Chris. It's all right. You told me there'd be free cakes.
That was a lie. Deal with it.
You could say that the food was a lie. Yeah.
Thank you. So, you can't see what's going on screen now, so I'm not going to talk about specific coaster design. What I would like to talk about is entitlement in nerd culture on updates of classic games.
I love this stuff.
Yeah, isn't it great? So here's the rub. We have, in the coaster simulation genre right now, which is a great boon to the existence and the childhoods of many people, myself included, the yardstick was RollerCoaster Tycoon 2 and RollerCoaster Tycoon 3. Did you ever play them when you were growing up?
I think I played Theme Park.
Yeah, which
very briefly. It wasn't a game I played lots. I probably clocked a couple of hours on it, maybe on someone else's system, or as a demo, maybe.
Yeah.
Quite a long time ago. Maybe on Amiga as well. On Amiga 12.
Oh Jesus! Yeah, so Theme Park is the thing that created all this, and was it Chris Molyneux who came up with this? Who was Bullfrog?
Peter Molyneux. Yeah, Peter Molyneux is a Theme Park. So it was a Bullfrog game, I think.
Yeah, so that was his idea. So it's basically his fault this genre even exists. Anyway, this was treasured hours and hours, days of time for a lot of kids. And what we have now is the light is finally shone back on the theme park genre with 3 contenders to the throne. Due to usual corporate bullshit, the company that created RollerCoaster Tycoon 3, Frontier Games, lost the rights to it, which lapsed to Atari as a publisher, who brought a new publisher in to create RollerCoaster Tycoon World, the legal successor to the crown. Frontier Games went and produced the second player in our triumvirate, which is Planet Coaster, which is in alpha right now. And then another group of indie developers who are riffing off the original RollerCoaster Tycoon and the original theme park are working on Parkitect. Right. So there's our 3 things.
So I'll say what will happen right now.
Yeah.
All I know of this game ultimately is I've seen bits of you playing it, and I think I've watched some of Sips play it.
Yep.
And that's it. I'll tell you right now what's going to happen. The one being created by the big publisher, who have inherited the mantle, will be a slightly shallow, casual gamified shell of what it was. It will be very well designed. It will look lovely, and it will function, basically. But it will be missing a lot of the heart that the older games had. The new developer will make a wonkier game, but one which will probably innovate in some maybe more interesting ways, and the indie developer will create basically a clone of the original. Is that about right?
That's pretty right, but weirdly enough, the big players, the two big players, Frontier and Atari, have swapped positions.
Okay.
So RollerCoaster Tycoon World is a little bit quirky, and okay, so we must preface this with huge disclaimers. All of these games are in alpha or beta and are basically right now, in some cases barely playable, and in most cases fun but half finished.
from seeing bits of you play, I sincerely hope that RollerCoaster Tycoon World is in alpha, not beta.
It's in beta right now, but like the
Good
features anyway, that's one of the things I'm bringing up. This game has also been delayed an absolute shed ton. RollerCoaster Tycoon World is on its third developer. So yeah, it was not just one developer they moved the project through, and it's had 2 engines and basically all the hallmarks of a terrible game.
Sorry to interrupt those 2 guys there, but I thought I'd like to let you know we're about halfway through, so I'm going to drop back into the game and we'll do some checkpointing together. I think I'm about halfway through here. I think if you noticed in the last 5 or so minutes, I'm using a lot more of the I think the intended coaster design tool is just just click on the thing and make it happen, which means I'm able to build these loops and inversions a lot more organically than I was previously. So I've built a kind of nice initial drop, rolling into kind of casual bank turn into a second drop that runs across and into an overbank turn, comes back around and does the first, what I think might be something along the lines of, I call it a disbanded corkscrew, but I think the proper name is a heart loop. So it comes up, over, back around, and then just kind of scales itself back a bit, becomes less intense there. We come into a legit loop de goddamn loop, which you probably can't see very well at this angle, so let me see if I can... yep, there it is, which I built myself. So the ongoing plan is just to turn this into kind of a positive negative loop, and then come over here and do a bit more playing at a lower altitude here before we pull back into the station. Now, I've already seen a couple of issues with this, where, as usual, I'm overestimating my my velocity, so I'm going to have to scale a couple of these objects down on the vertical axis. But apart from that, I think we're managing everything pretty well. I think we're being gentle with our turns and easy with our Gs. I'm also building very compact. I mean, if we go up to like the highest zoom out here, you can see it's more or less the same size as slower coaster, and it's very, very compact. This is a bad habit of mine from the RollerCoaster Tycoon 2 days, so I think what I might do is 2 more roller coaster designs on this map, assuming I don't meet all the victory conditions before that. One will be a mini coaster kind of in this area between these 2, and then the other will be a hyper coaster taking advantage of the full length of this side in the style of Colossus, but a lot more wide and open, taking the turns I want rather than the turns I believe I have to save space. Anyway, let's kick this up a notch. Let me finish this and I will come straight back to you. Beep beep.
What I kind of think is super important about this game is you can tell while playing it, one, that it is legitimately a game where they've sat down and said, we're going to make a successor to this game. They didn't just get some focus tests and find out what people liked and then gamified and refined those objects until they were basically drugs. What they did was, there's this sense pervading RollerCoaster Tycoon World that the developers care very deeply. Like, these guys have clearly played RollerCoaster Tycoon. There's in-jokes, there's all sorts. And when you look at Planet Coaster, which also has the same hallmarks and is a much more beautiful game, like, it's legitimate next generation. It's absolutely gorgeous. Right down to the part where there's no bounded zooms right now, so you can go right down and see the actual bolts on the roller coaster framework, and there is decay on the metalwork on the bolts. Like, the modelling is absolutely out of this world. And what I think really differentiates them is that both these games are going to be good, and that's what I'm not seeing in the press right now. When I say press, I mean entitled basement nerds complaining about how terrible RollerCoaster Tycoon World is.
Yeah, we've somehow transported into a world where the most important previews for games are not written from the point of people who do this thing for a living, but from whoever happens to have the cash to buy it on Steam and writes a review on Steam. And that's and there's this sense that they're like the real game, you know, like that's why you get real gamers' opinions on things. But
the thing is, like, that's in principle, that's great. I love having decentralized opinions. But the problem is, a lot of people giving their opinions, the loudest people giving their opinions, are generally assholes, and negative
and will be the extreme opinions.
Yeah, and they're like positive opinions rarely get through, and reasoned opinions rarely get through on top of that.
Yeah,
so
no one wants to read good news. Good news is not news. Like, you don't get an article on Eurogamer or wherever saying, oh, RollerCoaster Tycoon went into alpha 2 months ago. Players still like it.
Yeah,
like you don't get that. You only get like, oh, this player has found a bug that puts fucking high-profile pedophiles into the game or whatever. Like, there's No,
and that's exactly why. Yeah, this is. I don't even know where I'm going with this, other than I think RollerCoaster Tycoon World is a fun game, and of the 3 games on the table right now, it's the most finished. And comparisons with the other 2 games are unfair. And do you know what? I think there's a bit of intrinsic bias because there's been these warning signs of developer swaps, and because there's been, it's Atari and they haven't done anything good since ET. It's just seems that...
Sure, and the bigger the developer, the more eviler they are, according to a large amount of people. Which is a position somewhat ironic and could do with spreading out beyond gaming, because beyond gaming it's usually actually true.
True, yeah.
But, there's a weird kind of like, you get that backlash.
Yeah.
As soon as anyone gets their hands on anything that's not finished. You see it in Kickstarter backlash as well. Double Fine are the absolute pinnacle example of that.
Yeah, absolutely. And what's another interesting thing I like about this is, I don't like basically anything about it. I mean, I like the game, but I feel my like of the game to be reactionary. It has serious performance problems due to its alpha state. It has really awkward road physics. There's a whole heap of things that are wrong with it.
Yeah,
but
I have watched you trying to put down a straight path for 20 minutes. Thought this game.
It's just once you get, but with all games you have to learn it. In this game, there's no tutorial. And the thing is, a lot of games that are intuitive because near the end of the process, a UX designer has sat down and gone, our road system makes perfect sense from an object hierarchy perspective, but holy hell, how are we going to make this easy to use?
I mean, tutorials are one of the very last things you put in any kind of design that requires tutorials, because you can't write a tutorial unless the basic rules are in place.
No, absolutely.
So,
Yeah, so really, in conclusion, what I'm getting at here is that the controversy surrounding these 3 games, what's interesting and unique about this is you have 3 of the same game getting released the same time, more or less. And there's now kind of... It's the same as Star Citizen and Elite. It's like you are one or the other. The camps and the lines are drawn, and there is no intervening space.
Yeah, because humanity hasn't evolved beyond a basic knuckle-headed need for tribalism, which is a grander statement than some video games. It's really concerned with. But yeah, absolutely. And you had the same. You even had the same thing with like when the new XCOM was released with like Xenonauts, which was what is essentially a UFO Enemy Unknown remake.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, because people just wanted that, and you just get these lines splitting down the middle of something that A, fundamentally doesn't matter, and B, liking one thing does not preclude liking another thing, and liking one thing does not mean the other thing has less worth. So it's dumb.
So there we are. We're coming up to we're coming up to the end of the fast mode thing right now. So I hope you've enjoyed this quick chat. I hope you've enjoyed me building what is probably going to be another appalling roller coaster on top of my 3 appalling roller coasters. And thank you very much to Mr. Bastard for joining me.
Absolute pleasure, Chris. Absolute pleasure.
Fucking hasn't. Get out of my face, you filthy lying bastard.
Fuck you.
Well, welcome back. Little bit of tweaking between the last frame of the speedy time and this, and what I did mostly was just tidy up the you wanted to call this a hammerhead, but it's basically a half corkscrew or a half loop. Tidy that up a little bit, made it a bit bigger to cut some G's out of it, and I made the loop a lot more circular and reasonable. You can see the numbers here. We're clocking up 12.6 on the old extremometer, which is less than the maximum, so that's good. Oh wow, it's bugged out. I can't actually look at the thing. Let's press play, see if that makes any difference. Yeah, you can see her just stalling out over the loop there. And I put in a hardline turn here. You can't see it because I've got the... Tell you what, lads. Let's take her for a spin, shall we? So... don't know if we've backed a winner here. I'm having trouble making exciting rides that don't kill you. I don't know how this ride is clocking up so much in the extreme. I think it's one or two bad turns, and I think the problem with having such a wide open coaster building mechanism is that this can happen. Oh, this is a precarious start. I do like it. Oh, but you kind of come back up and then you pitch before you should. Oh, I'm getting a little sick in my mouth. Oh, nicely. Go around here a little bit slowly. Actually, do you know what? That would be okay. Oh, the frame rate drags because there's so much park over there. But isn't it pretty? Is it not pretty? Are you not entertained? Here we go into the overbank turn. Oh, again, a little bit messy. I should probably delete some of those nodes. Go into the half loop. Up we go. Oh, lovely. That little flick there is also a bit of a killer, but seems okay. Into the loop-de-loop. Stalls out just a little. Into the heart line. Oh, blob. A little scooch through the slower coaster. Back out towards victory. There's a little coast here. Why are we at an angle? Is this... that's okay, it sorts itself out. Nice. So that's what you're getting. You ain't getting no more. Let's get it opened, lads. Let's get it opened. Yeah, I know it's a pass. Yeah, I know it's a pass. Let's pause the simulation. I was thinking we were getting a better deal with the old frame rate there, but it seems as if we weren't. No. Why is that constantly off? Oh, there's a little trench here from the last experience. I wonder, can we fill that with water? Oh, we totally can fill that with water. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're ready for this. That also allows me to correct that issue as well, which is nice. Q, please. So if we go on grid here. Ooh, I don't like that. Wouldn't it be nice if this was even and not a slightly wrong mess? That's actually okay. Okay, so let's see what we can do about a little lake in here, a space lake. Whoops, that's a little bit extreme. That'll require a lot of water to fill, so given that it takes about 10 minutes to put down some water, I'll put that there. I do want to... Wow, okay. Oh, look, there's a hole in the world. Oh no, it's ground level water. Okay. Okay, looks like we're not going to get our dream. Looks like I can't fix this at all. It looks bugged out, to be honest with you. Hard brush, flatten. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I think maybe we might be able to squeeze another flat right in here. Maybe I'll be taking the piss. Let's find out. Anyway, it is ready to go. For sort of. Let's just. Why can't I change its color anymore? Anyway, let's see what befalls it. Let's make it 6. And let's open it. Now, something else I want to do while I'm here is actually I'm going to go back to normal roads, and what we're going to do is just move these utility buildings around the back. So, mechanic stall. Is there a bigger one? Yeah, mechanic building. I think it's about time for this, to be honest with you. Grid on, snap on. Oops. Oh wow, B selects the bulldoze. Okay. We can close that and delete it. I'm going to hire a few more people here because we can. Let's double it up. This is the janitor stall. So again, let's double up. Janitor building. If I can fit it. I can't. Okay. So instead of wasting money, let's move it. Yeah. Open. And now we can delete this and just move that no entry sign to just move the no entry sign over to here. Where is the no entry sign now, lads? Where is it? It's in here, isn't it? Nope. There we go. We got ourselves a working roller coaster. We'll let that play for a bit and see if anyone actually wants to go on it, and I can start actually making a bit of money from it. Meanwhile, that should also make a huge dent in this. Apparently not. Boo. We'll see. Maybe it'll rectify next month. I'd love to see someone go on this. Just make me so happy. Sorry for the slideshow. I really want to see if someone will go on this roller coaster. People seem to be enjoying the bins and no one is interested in my roller coaster. You, sir, what did you think of my roller coaster? You are very sad and safety conscious. You're thirsty, you need to go to the bathroom. Everyone is sad. Because my park is apparently a failure. Come on, guys, there's a whopping great big roller coaster here. Give it a go. Oh, lads, it's another stinker, is it? That's very sad. It isn't as balanced as I like it. tried this earlier. There's no way around it. Unless I go for miles out over here and curve back in. Doesn't make any sense, really. I wouldn't mind reconnecting this so it has 2 potential exits, but if I can't get out, then what's the point? There's just 0 way out of this. That's very sad. Me. Oh, did I see someone on the queue? Yes! Oh, if I only make $5 off this. Nausea tolerant. Dislikes American cuisine. Oh, yeah. And another one. Yes! Cracked it, lads. Cracked it. Okay, well, while we're here, let's just tidy up the scenery a little. Whoa, is that like floating in midair or something? Oh, it would appear it kind of is. It's a damn shame. Okay, that's good enough for the moment. For the moment, nothing is ever good enough for the long term, but for the moment, that is a huge success. Now, this has also been bugging me. Technically, we're using the wrong queue, and this is not a science fiction zone, so I will return to fixed hexagon. I just want to... The question is it going to remember the road? Okay, so fixed hexagon, or fitted hexagon. I'd love to get this right. Do you know what would help me? Some kind of, some means by which I could measure how far apart objects are relative to each other. Some kind of grid. Oh god, that's not as helpful as I was hoping it was going to be. Okay. Less snark, more park. Yeah, episode title. Okay. I should really put a little plaza in here, shouldn't I? I don't think I'm going to do much here other than trees. So let's run time forward so it's daylight. But let's just pick some trees to put in here. And I think it's going to be some of these scraddy pines, the jack pines. Just really to fill the space. Maybe a little bit of water between them. We'll see what happens when we get some daylight back. Grid can go off at this stage. Yeah, just a little kind of streamy lake thing running between this place and that, just to make it a little less, it's maybe a little less awful. Okay, screaming children, you may shut up now. Wow, is that all I can do? Whoa, okay, no, that's all I can do, and that's crazy. Yeah, whatever. You try making a theme park, son. It's not easy. Okay, so there is something I can make better there. Oh, that's very annoying. Okay, so let's drop the brush size multiplier here and just do that. Perfect. Too deep, but perfect. Water features gonna send me mad, cause their implementation's bad. Say viva crappy water. Yeah. I know you're crying on the outside, but you're smiling on the inside. God, that's probably the worst thing I've said so far this series, and I've said a few pretty terrible things this series. Nicely. Okay. Land deformation tools are pretty top notch. Right. We have a successful coaster that people have actually ridden on, so I am 100% happier with that than I was previously. We're back up to 77% of 75,000. I wish there was a way to find out for detail what that is. Let's click on the finance button. Park revenue, park total ride revenue. There's no way to see number layout of how much we're doing. Yeah, so anyway. What should we do next time? What shall we do next time? I don't know. Why don't you come forward in time with me and we can find out together? But until then, slán a gaibh.